Hello, I'm Juan. Here I'm gonna talk about the fourth part of the documentary about building my house in Bahia, in the center of Bahia, Brazil. Now, here when you see this picture, you see a lot of columns. Those columns are the foundation columns of the house that will support all the beams, that will support the roof and um, and the walls also for the second floor and the third floor. Um, yes, you can see that there's a lot of columns of different sizes placed around a square, forming a square that you cannot see here. And there you can see the beams that go over the columns and that will support the roof. It already has some form of roof. I used cement, reinforced cement, to do the beams because using wood would have been extremely expensive. I would have needed big wooden beams that are very, very expensive, much more expensive than steel and cement. So yes, there you can see the form of the roof, the beams, very beautiful. All the structure made to build it. There again, more beams, another angle. There the columns that are over the second floor that will support the third floor. There are more beams for the roof. Those are the wooden forms that were used to make the beams. One of my workers was an expert in doing forms, so I used him and I convinced him to do all the beams in reinforced concrete, which is much less expensive than using wood. Imagine wood of that size. The value would have been astronomical. Those are stones used also for foundation slabs. This is a view of my house. There, another view of the roof and the beams. More columns. It's in the outskirts of the city. That's the expert in making everything. All those beams are made by him. It was a lot of work. Yeah, the weather was good. There, they are putting all the steel frames for the beams. Lots of steel was used. Fortunately, it was before it multiplied in price because this was the end of 2020. Half a year later, it was costing twice or even 3 times as much as what I paid for. So I was lucky to pay everything before it went up. That's the roof of the second floor, and another picture of the house and of the views. You see that there was a lot of that's a very beautiful picture because it shows how the beams converge in the central column of the front part of the house. The front part of the house will have no second floor. It's only one floor, the front part of the house. The second and third floor will be in the back part of the house. So in the front part, which is basically a rectangle with a veranda, a terrace all around of it, there's a middle column which supports all those beams and forms like kind of a star, and it's very beautiful to watch. That's it, that's the column. It's a worker placing steel. That's my son. He was with me during the construction, my middle son. That's my smallest son. He was also with me during all this time. And that's my girlfriend. I took a weekend off to relax and have some fun. And that's already the beginning of the walls and of the floor. You can see that the walls are made of adobe bricks. They could be made of anything, but I used adobe bricks because of the temperature. That's the house I was renting next to the one I was building. That's a view from behind of the house. Already the third floor is being laid. That's one of the workers taking some jackfruit, a very good fruit. That's another of the workers. He was building walls, mud walls that keep the temperature very controlled, a very nice temperature at night and during the day. It lowers the temperature during the day and it keeps it warm at night. Also the humidity is stabilized. You have much less extremes in temperature and humidity. That's a very nice picture also of the front part of the house, watching from the front. You see that the front part doesn't have a second and third floor. Only the back part of the house has a second and third floor, and the front part has all this veranda all around of it. And you can see that's another worker that I found on the street, and we had some fun having some drinks there. I stopped drinking, fortunately. It's me relaxing. It's another worker, friend of mine, building walls. He was very good, but slow. He didn't feel secure. And that's my main worker placing tiles over the third floor. That's some monkeys that visit the place. I'm gonna go a little bit back to the previous picture because I want to show you something interesting. So he's placing some tiles there. You can see everything. You can see that the house, before a single wall was laid, it already had the roof and all the beams and columns. So I made all the structure before making the walls. Because why did I do that? I think it's very important to protect the walls from the rain. So before making any mud walls, I wanted to be sure that the roof was in place. So I only started the walls when they were not gonna get wet, which was a good idea, because if they get wet, they can fall. The only thing you have to protect with mud walls is that they don't get wet with adobe walls, because it's dangerous. Actually, we had the highest amount of rain in the year 2021. At the end of 2021, we had a huge amount of rain, a historical peak, and I had some troubles that I had to fix due to that you can see on the channel there. With Adobe, you have to be very careful that they do not get wet. Besides that, it's a fantastic building material, and the sensation it provides is very, very nice. And yeah, those are the monkeys that often come here. They come in a group and they eat jackfruit. Those are workers placing tiles in the third floor. The tiles were the best I could get. That's a back view of the house before it had walls. That's the brilliant worker that did all the framework for the beams. That's the roof already in place in the front part of the house. And that's it for now. I just wanted to show you the evolution, and soon I will be posting the fifth part that shows a lot about the walls of the house. Okay, have a nice day. Bye.